Hello, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I believe that about 90% or more of breast cancers can be prevented with the correct diet and nutrition. Let's just take our example from China. First of all, in the U.S., 1 in 8 women will develop breast cancer, but in China, only 1 in 40 women will develop breast cancer. But in rural China, in the communities, less than 1 in 40 women will develop breast cancer. And what we find is when we look at these statistics, they're absolutely staggering, because out of 100,000 women in China, only 18.7 will develop breast cancer, which is very, very few women, whereas in the U.S. among white women, 142 per 100,000 will develop breast cancer. That's ridiculous when you look at only 18.7 in China, whereas 142 in the U.S. The U.S., we have the number one country in the world, the U.S. We're the number one country in the world, yet we have the greatest amount of breast cancer of any other cancer. So let's simply look at China. What are they doing so different from the U.S.? Well, first of all, in China, they have primarily a plant-based diet. They eat a lot of vegetables, especially sea vegetables, as well as lots of fruits. They consume lots of soy, as well as fish and whole grains. What they do not consume much of is they don't consume much animal protein, including eggs as well as dairy. They don't consume near as much fat, nor do they consume excessive amounts of sugars and processed foods. But they do consume certain key phytonutrients that are very protective against developing breast cancer. One is soy. The soy they consume is primarily in the form of fermented soy, such as miso, tempeh, and natto. These are powerful soy foods that contain isoflavones, including genistein, diazine, that protect them against breast cancer. What the soy does is it binds to estrogen receptor beta that prevents proliferation of breast tissue and helps protect them against breast cancer. So again, soy is a major staple in their diet. Another thing are cruciferous veggies. These protect women against breast cancer. Cruciferous veggies include broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. These have powerful nutrients in the form of indole-3-carbinol, as well as diindolylmethane, or DIM, which simply help with the detoxification of estrogen, shifting it to the protective 2-hydroxyestrone that protects women against breast cancer. So again, these need to be included on a regular basis in the diet, as well as other key foods that protect women against breast cancer are certain seeds, such as flax seeds. Flax seeds contain lignans that are also very protective against breast cancer, and they also prevent hot flashes and night sweats and all these menopausal symptoms. But it's important to grind the flax seeds. The flax seeds have many more lignans, which are the protective component against breast cancer, than the flaxseed oil, but you can get high lignin flaxseed oil, which is also protective. Other key foods that protect women against breast cancer are simply the D-glucarate. D-glucarate is a protective compound that's found in apples and oranges and grapefruits and broccoli. Now what this does is it actually helps in the detoxification of estrogen and carcinogens, which initiate and promote breast cancer. So these are powerful fruits and veggies that protect women against breast cancer. Another powerful protector against breast cancer is vitamin D3. It's important to optimize your D3 levels to a level of 50 to 80, because D3 helps to repair DNA mutations, which cause the initiation step in cancer. So there are key things that trigger breast cancer: increasing the fat in the diet, especially polyunsaturated fats like corn oil, cottonseed oil, safflower oil, sunflower oil, which is in many salad dressings and sauces and processed foods and restaurant foods, as well as decreasing alcohol intake to less than 1 glass of alcohol per day for women. Alcohol greater than 1 serving a day increase the risk of breast cancer, as well as obesity. Obesity increased the risk of breast cancer, as well as the China study. Dr. T. Colin Campbell, the head researcher of the China study, has found that when he fed rats protein content greater than 10%, it caused the progression of breast cancer, or it actually caused breast cancer to spread much faster. But if you kept the protein content less than 10% of total calories, it actually prevented cancer from developing in rats. So we try and keep our animal protein, especially dairy, to less than 10% of calories. And that will help many times, and especially in animal studies, in preventing breast cancer from spreading or promoting breast cancer. We also find that excessive estrogen can fuel breast cancer. The Women's Health Initiative found that conjugated estrogen with synthetic progesterone increased the risk of breast cancer, so that's why I recommend bioidentical hormones. And finally, decreasing stress, learning to cope with stress, having adequate sleep, regular exercise will help a woman lose weight, will also help a woman to spark her immune system and therefore help prevent breast cancer. This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we have some major keys in prevention of breast cancer.